Have you ever had an experience so terrifying, so life-altering, that it made you question everything? This is a story of Ty, a man who faced not only the dangers of his own choices, but something far more mysterious lurking in the shadows of the Georgia woods. This is a tale of fear, redemption, and the unknown. This story was told to me by a friend of mine, and as soon as I heard it, it blew me away. And for the very first time, I'll be narrating you this tale. Ready? In 1995, Ty was at a crossroads. Growing up in Georgia, he had fallen in with the wrong crowd. Joining a gang seemed like the only way to survive, but it came at a cost. He owed money, a lot of it, to the gang leader. Threats were piling up, and Ty was running out of options. He sold everything he had, but it wasn't enough. One late afternoon, Ty found himself driving aimlessly, his mind racing. He pulled into a quiet park, the kind of place where the trees seemed to whisper secrets. Behind it was a heavily wooded area, dense and untouched. He grabbed a bottle of Hennessy from his car and walked into the tree line, hoping to find a moment of peace. But what he found was something he could never have prepared for. Ty sat down on a large rock, lit a blunt, and tried to clear his head. But as the smoke curled into the air, something felt off. The birds stopped chirping, the frogs fell silent. The forest, once alive with sound, was now eerily quiet. Ty's instinct kicked in. He drew his pistol, his heart pounding. That's when he felt it, a presence. Something dark, something evil was watching him. And then he heard it. Branches snapping, footsteps. Whatever it was big, and it was walking on 2 feet. Ty's mind raced. A bear, a cougar. He cocked his pistol, ready to fire if it came any closer. But what emerged from the shadows was no ordinary animal. From the corner of his eye, Ty saw it. A towering figure at least 10 feet tall, covered in dark hair. It was massive, like a football player, but not human. Its eyes seemed to pierce through the dim light, looking into Ty. He was paralyzed, unable to move, unable to even raise his gun. The only words that escaped his lips were, "Jesus, help me." In that moment of terror, Ty did something he hadn't done in years. He prayed. He asked for forgiveness, for protection, for the strength to face whatever it was in front of him. And then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, the creature was gone. The forest came alive again, the birds chirping, the frogs croaking. Ty opened his eyes, aimed his gun at the spot where the creature had stood, but there was nothing there. Now Ty didn't stick around to find out more. He ran back to his car, leaving the unopened bottle of Hennessy behind. As he drove home, he made a decision, one that would change his life forever. He was done with the gang, done with the debt, done with the life that had brought him to the edge of despair. Ty left Georgia and started over in a new state. He got a job, turned his life around, and even became an assistant pastor. The last he heard, the gang leader he owed money to had been killed in a rival gang shooting. But Ty's encounter in the woods that day stayed with him. He swore on his mother's grave that what he saw was real. Flesh and blood, breathing heavily, staring right at him. Was it Bigfoot? A warning from above, or something else entirely? Ty may never know for sure, but one thing is certain. That encounter in the woods didn't just save his life. It gave him a new one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories of the strange and the unexplained. Until next time, stay curious and maybe avoid the woods at dusk.